Ian.Dunn people. So you join us here in Dahlonega. I'm just taking a ride out with the crew, and it's a beautiful late August summer's day, and we're riding up to have a bit of barbecue in a place called Highlands in North Carolina. So a decent stretch today, probably 240 miles, and some incredible roads and a good turnout from the crew. We've got Eric on the Ducati Multistrada V4S Rally. We've got Jerry on the R1300GS. Steve on the S1000XR competition. We've got Elaine on her S1000R. Paulina on the Street Triple 765 RS. We have Douglas on the Ducati V2S. Charlie on his R1300 GSA. We have Brian on the M1000R competition. And we have Bill on his Multistrada V4S. So, Cliff on the Pikes Peak Multistrada V4S as well. So, yeah, good turnout, kind of 11 riders today, and we're enjoying the sunshine here. So, just going to give you a bit of an update of where we are with a couple of things. We recently had one of the crew members, Paul, long-time member, been riding with us about a decade now. He's recently stood down from being part of the core group to concentrate on other things and personal matters, and that's left the door open a little bit, as has young Kai going off to college, and so he's not riding with us every week now either. And so we have welcomed Paulina, who is a lovely Russian lady. She is opening a yoga studio next month, and she rides a bright yellow Street Triple 765. And also another Richard, who also has a Triumph Street Triple 765 actually, and a couple of other bikes as well. So we'll be featuring them in videos moving forwards, but yeah, we're about 15 crew strong at the moment, with plenty of other friends that want to join us, but we've got to cap it somewhere because you just can't control large groups of riders. So what's been happening lately? Well, I just had the 6,000 mile service on my Triumph Street Triple 765, and that feels lovely. It felt wonderful before it went in for service. It felt buttery smooth, and you know, everything was just slick about that bike. But somehow, just after an oil change, it just feels even better. It just floats along, that thing. It's so telepathic in the way in which it handles and moves. Sounds fantastic. Loads of real world performance. It's a good looking bike. Everybody seems to like them, and yeah, obviously several of my friends now have them, some of them based on my own enthusiasm for the bike, and they all seem extremely happy with it, and personally I know why, you know. So I've done 6,000 miles in its first year, so that's not bad considering it's not really my main bike, and that, you know, I don't have a weekday commute to do on my bikes. But overall, very happy with that. It's been faultless, no issues, no concerns, nothing reliability wise. The engine sounds sweet as anything, and I run power to my phone and my Garmin on that bike, and everything just works tickety-boo. I have just bought some SW Motec soft panniers for it, quick detach, and I'm waiting on them to send a missing part at the moment, but once I have that, I'll do a video on fitting those and show you those. They're the kind of Pro Blaze saddlebags, which a number of people have on a number of different bikes, so nothing unique or new, but they do help in terms of being able to carry things like a puncture repair kit or some waterproofs with you if the weather looks a bit dodgy. Next is the bike I'm riding today, my 719 Tramuntana 2024 R1300GS, and loving this bike. I mean, it's just, I don't know, bikes are all getting so good, so it's hard not to ride the latest whiz-bang bikes and not wax lyrically about how competent they are. But I think the key thing with the GS, as always, is its ability to be all things to all people. It still is the ultimate all-rounder as far as I'm concerned. There is nothing that touches it in terms of its breadth of ability. And some may find that a little bit kind of clinical, a little bit bland, particularly if you're not used to boxers. They might think it's a bit characterless, particularly as it's smoother than any boxers before. But it's also a little bit noisier. It's actually more mechanical than exhaust noise, and that will appeal to some, it won't to others. I have to say that the overall bike is amazing in terms of its features, which I've mentioned many times before, and it's just such a easy to ride bike. It's very untaxing on the body, very effortless and very comfortable. The newer electronic suspension with the automatic height control really does add a lot of value, as does things like being able to electronically adjust the screen. So when I want some fresh air around town because temperatures are rising, I can lower the screen, and when I get out on the freeway or at higher speeds, I can have the screen up to protect me from the wind and the bugs, and come the winter, come the cold, etc. I've not had any problems with the bike whatsoever. The only one thing that is a problem is the panniers. They're still on stop sale, and there's been like 2 or 3 stop sales on the panniers so far. I understand that the hinges have been weak, and the electrical connector may have been an issue as well, or the locks or something or other. I don't know. It seems to change depending on who you're talking to and when you're talking to them. I know my local dealer is kind of is pretty cheesed off with BMW, having been told 3 or 4 times now it's fixed and been sent, parts and updates, and it's just not the case. There's still pending problems. The panniers themselves are very heavy for an ABS pannier, just as heavy as the metal ones, to be honest with you. But I'm kind of holding out for them because I do like the actual quality of them. They're heavy, but they feel quality. I like the looks of them. They're obviously designed to look good on the bike, and when you remove them, you don't have an ugly frame, which is the main pro for me. Plus you have the passive electronic central locking arming with them. The interior LED light I'm not that fussed about, and I wish they were top opening panniers. I think all panniers should be top opening, but in terms of visual appeal, particularly when they're off the bike and the central locking, I do want those features. So I'm kind of hanging out for them, even though it's kind of interrupting a little trip I have planned next month, where I'm just going to have to strap a wet bag to the back of the bike. But come the springtime, I would definitely, maybe even the winter, I would definitely need some saddlebags, and I hope BMW sort those out soon. And really, for what they cost, it's about $1,800, I think, with the inner bags. You would have expected them to have this nailed down by now, but hey, it's an accessory. All accessories like that are usually outsourced, and they just have had a problem with the supplier, same way they did with their brakes a few years ago. But overall, the actual bike itself, what's developed and built and manufactured by BMW, is sublime. It's the best all-round bike, road bike ever made, I think, for doing everything. It's plenty powerful, fantastic handling, super comfortable, really untaxing to ride. More features than you can shake a stick at, and it's not that bad looking, I don't think, particularly compared with the new GSA, which is, I'd like to say, divides opinions, but I have to say that the vast majority of people dislike its looks, although some of those will change their mind when they see that bike in person, no doubt. But for me, I don't need the extra weight and the extra tank range of the bigger GSA, and I'll be sticking with my R1300GS, which I absolutely love. Alright, I'm not going to waffle on much more. Some more content coming out. I might have a couple of weeks break. I'm intending to go to Italy for a vacation, and then I'm going to Vegas, and a few other things happening. But anyway, there will be some more content coming out. I have some new camera equipment coming and new audio recording equipment coming as well, so I'm excited about that and the content moving forwards. Alright, have a great week, people, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Hey you, if you want to become one of the Ride On people, don't forget to subscribe. Ride often, ride carefully, ride on.